again. It's almost like a bug you've just kind of got to catch up with. I'm thinking about I'll have two forms of audio today, just in case this little new daddy dies on me again. So let's see where we are.
Hey, baby.
Hi, beautiful.
Are you sure?
Yay! Well, no, it certainly doesn't help me.
No. Would you like anything else?
Ooh, cup of tea would be nice.
Okay. Where's your cup?
In the house.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far taking that out yet.
I was gonna say, I thought you didn't see it.
No. So yeah, we're gonna get some. I don't know what I'm gonna get done today, like, but I'm feeling optimistic, so I thought let's give it a whirl. You know, like a whirl. You gotta get a whirl. Right. If you're in a chat, say hello. How are you all today? Right, anyway, what was I doing? First of all, I'm putting a new string on my brush because my brush is not great. Let me know if the audio is coming through crisp and clear, or is it causing problems, because I suspect having two forms of microphones operating it may not work, but I don't know. I'll soon find out though. Right, so that's a little handle for it. I'll do job there nicely, and then we're just going to put a simple knot so we can hang her up. Right. So those of you that were on yesterday would have saw that I was finishing this. I'm going to sand it down, especially the legs and the framework. The seat, the bench, that all looked perfect. But when it came to the structure, I just thought, I really should have sanded it a bit more. Still looks too clean for my liking. Right, what am I looking for? I am looking for a pair of scissors, which I know I don't have, because my scissors are in the house. That's what I was. It's too early, my brain hasn't fully started working yet. And I know the argument can be made that does it ever really work? I don't know. Right, so our brush can now hang with the dustpan. That'll do your job. Right, I need to get my book. There's my book. Right, so here was my original drawing for this. So now what I need to do is I need to confirm all my measurements. And make sure that I'm now ready to make another one if somebody so wishes. So that's not going to work for that. Tape measure. We're also going to be giving this a whirl today, and this is new brand. Do you know something? I'm moving that while we're here. This light is getting moved again. Where's it? Oh, there she is. Right, that's one. I've no idea which it is. Right. That light is now coming over here. And I'm hoping that that is going to fix the secondary problem of light. It's now in the way of my shelf, but that's fine. There, done. Clip that cable on. Every time I go to show something, the light is in the wrong position. So, ta-da!
You can see it.
So, that's my new brand. It's still complex, but when you compare that
Huge one.
with the other, you shall see there are some differences. One being the size. As it says, both from Temu, both came in about 2 to 3 weeks' time, and I don't think you can go wrong with that. Thank you, baby. Look, I've even got melted bar slices. Ho ho. Okay, you go over on the telly. You're watching on the telly. Yeah, but I still need to know if my sound is working properly or so. If there's any issues, let me know. Right, so I have been thinking moving my. I'm trying to get everything so it's the best angles possible. But I think with a light being there is going to make a big difference. I'm not actually happy with it there. Right. Let's get I can't see the screw, which means I can't get it on the right angle. Let's take these 2 screws out and we'll replace them with some new ones, I think. I should probably turn this light off first, but where's the fun in that? Oh, she's clinging on. Okay, that'll do. Right, so why is she not coming out? I know why she's not coming out, it's because I've chewed it to heck. Let's try. No, I think she's going to need to be hammered out. So let's take that off there and pretty sure anyone with a bit of intelligence will tell me turn the electric off, but We all know that videos of people getting electrocuted do a lot better than the ones that don't. Just saying. Oh, I made a lovely mess of that screw, that's for sure. I'll get away from my cup of tea, you're not putting dust in that. I just got that. My partner wouldn't be too happy, I don't think. Right, one more screw. Okay. Right. God, I'm getting tired already. Barely started. Now let go, that's better. That is much better. There we go. Done. And we'll get our light bulb put back in. Look at that, done. See, I very much like the brushless EXT Arbor drill. I find it's quite loud mechanically. So we end up with more of a high-pitched whine, which I'm not keen on. So we need 5 slats. So 5 slats. Then we need 4 legs. We need 2 top runners. And we need 2, what do we call them? Seat rails? Oh, we'll call them seat rails. Okay, the measurements for said pieces. I want to move my laptop over a bit. So that when I'm reading your messages, I'm actually paying attention. Let's set our coasters up there for the time being. Right. Now, only downside to moving my laptop is that it'll be slightly further away from the internet. And that causes its own problems. So I'm hoping it'll all be fine. And it'll no impact us that much. My sieve for straining out sawdust for when I'm grading it. So if I want to make a paste, I'm looking for the finest sawdust in the land. If you get my drift. Right, so there's a few tools there that I'll need to move. Let's see if that does anything till the signal. I'll put my soldering iron back here. Now see when you're burning and you're doing your pyrography, what do you use? Do you use an actual pyrography tool, or are you a bit like myself and you just use your soldering iron? I've found better luck and more achieved more with my soldering iron than I have my pyrography iron, because it just seems that one that you get from hobbycraft just doesn't take so long to heat up. Once it is hot, it's like you press it down to start burning, but it doesn't actually do any things that you think it might. Seems to get worse over time. Right. My old faithful can of juice. Oh, see that? Can you see that? I've got dust on my tea already, but there's a trick to that. So it's not the first time. You just let it slowly flow over the rim of your cup, spilling a tiny bit of your tea, but taking the top layer of dust off. Here we go. You'd swear it was a fresh cup of tea. Well, it was when I got it, and then I decided that putting dust in it would be a good idea. Right, okay. It's a bit better, isn't it? Okay. So, let's get things moving along now. Now, why is it that my YouTube live panel right? Sources, scenes, right, that's fine. That works for me. What about scene transitions? I don't really use them that often, so let's put them below. And obviously controls I do use. Does that allow me to? Yeah, that's practically a half screen now. See, I don't want this OBS taking up my whole monitor, which is what it tends to do. There we go. Audio, here we go. I can make it even smaller now. That's it. Right. Let me share the stream. And I would ask, if you're watching, feel free to share, like, do all the good stuff. I'll just do it to share onto Facebook, and then I'm gonna actually get something to do. Come keep me company while I try to make things. I don't know why I'm saying it out loud, but while there we go. And next, share. Alright, so that's there, and now I'm going to create a post. Okay, now do I, where's the post button? So what's everyone else's plans for today? What is your plans? Let me know. Right. So, slats. Right, they can go up there now. Oh, see if I put more dust in my tea. I don't think my partner's will be very happy. Nah, she wouldn't. She's actually amazing. Okay, I was looking for a measuring tape. Like this one. I need more screws now, won't I? And yes, I am all over the place. If I tell you that I'm coming on here to do some carving, chances are I'm probably going to end up, pouring some epoxy resin. Because I never know what my head's a lovely mess. So we've got 10-inch slats. That's easy. So they are 10 inches by 4.5. Now, the reason I'm doing this is in Imperial. Why did I write that under legs? Because it's not legs, it's just slats. Oh, this is my good book. This is what I'm supposed to. Oh, jeez. Right, 10 inches by 4.5 inches. Now, the reason I am doing this in inches is because of my friend Thomas. I've known him since I was like PD, right? I was little, right? And our first project ever was working on an old Triumph Dolomite Sprint, and I believe it was a 1.4 twin carburetor. Not 100% sure, but we got this thing as a buggy, and it was going to be hitting the beach. And this is the first beach buggy that we'd never got to the beach. But what we did manage was with new HT leads and a new distributor cap, and points were changed, and we got it to fire up, and this thing spit flames. But then we had some other issues, and it actually ended up disappearing. So if you stole my beach buggy from Seaforth Avenue, right, it probably wouldn't have been stolen, because at that time we were moving out, and I think the bank had something to do with that. But anyway, it went missing. So if you've got it, let me know. Did it ever hit a beach? Be nice to know. Okay, so now these legs, I'm definitely not doing the same next time. I think next time they will be about 8 inches from short to short. Would that be about right? I could get away with 7, but I think 8's a more even number, so we'll go for 8 inches by 2 by 1 by 2 inches by 1 inches. Right, top runner. Now this is a top here, so I think 13 inches would be just shy of a top, and I think that would work. So that's 13 inches by 2 by 1. That's easy. 2 by 1. Right, and the seat rails. I would say 30. 30 is a nice number there. that's one with cleat. I mean, you could do it without. And it's the same for a top, one with cleat. Once again, you do with or without. Right, so now I need a name. I need a name for this bench. Is it the kitty picnic table? Who knows? We'll find out. And remember, they all have the 45-degree cuts, and then you've got X amount of dowels, which, what are we looking at? 2, 4, 6, 8. A lot of dowels, okay? A lot of dowels. So let's just put in here loads of dowels. Now, in my next version of making this, I think I'm actually going to use a 10 or 8mm dowel. Don't ask me what that is in inches, that's why I'm trying to learn inches. So, what would that be a 3/4 inch dowel? Starting to sound clever, haven't I? Learning something we forgot about, what, 20 years ago? It's because metric is better. Anyway, so I need a name. Is it going to be the Kitty Bench 3000? I doubt it, because that sounded terrible. Or are we going to have a nice, cool name for that? Anyway, my next project is a bit different. This one is for dog bowls, and it is also wall mountable. So I'm doing, what's that, 5 inches to 2 inches. I'm just making a box for me to do this so that I can get my perspectives correct. Okay. So basically everything that I make, I've had an idea in my head and I've then drawn it out, and recently I've started drawing it out on my phone, which has been helpful because that's allowed me to utilize AI to imagine it into a model, which I can then change and say, oh, yeah, that's more like what I was talking. So, also, if anybody ever wants to join in and co-collab while I'm live, do that. We can sit and chat back and forth. As long as we're keeping it on our craft and DIY, I don't mind talking a bit about different affairs that are happening in the country. I don't mind talking a little bit about the news, but I would like to keep it about craft. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm trying to find my my live. Whoops. Sorry, I'm going to end up giving you feedback here. I'm just trying to copy the link so I can share. Right. So who am I not sending to? I can't imagine. Hi Kemp, how are you? I've just been told to turn my mic up a bit, and that is what I'm going to do. I've got two mics going today, and I hope that we get some better audio. So, right, I think that should do for now. So, thank you for watching, and I'm going to get on to. Okay, so there's a bit of an echo, which is fine, that's what I was worried about. Okay, how's that? Does that fix the problem? I was supposed to have Fiona keeping an eye on sound levels, because I never seem to get my microphone set properly. Thank you, baby. Better. Right, so I'll show you the latest design that I had done. Yeah, so Mo, you're absolutely correct. So my mate's son, Kent, wants me to go, "Hi, Neo. Hi, Neo. I can see you in my mind's eye." Oh, and that's Otis barking in the background. I don't think he liked me saying hello to a different dog. Right. So I am. What am I looking for? I sent. I remember. Getting us all muddled up. Mo, if you're able to, I don't know if you're able to type on the chat, on the YouTube chat, because obviously I'm not. I'm not actually going back and forth to WhatsApp as often. So this was my design that I've come up with, and now I need to solve that problem of actually drawing it on paper, because although I've got it on my phone where I've sketched it and then I've used the AI Imagine to fill in the shapes and stuff, it's just not how I like to have it on. That's fine. I don't mind if you can't do that. It just proves that I can't multitask. That's basically what it does. If you're sticking about, I am going to have a demonstration of my new much smaller stamp. I want to break free. I want to break free. Sorry, my partner's going to be doing a bit of. She could be doing a wee bit of hoovering. You can tell I've not done much hoovering because I was kind of like, oh, what's this hoovering thing she talks of? Anybody else like me, it's got a magic hoover. If you leave it in the room that you want hoovered, when you come back, it's hoovered. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a notch out. to achieve this design, because that's where the sides are going to be fixed to, which means I should have drawn that as a dotted line. This is not, I don't know why I've done this in pen. I'm having one of those days where I'm not fully thinking. I mean, basically like any other day. Okay. So, my idea is that the back of this project was going to be like a basketball hoop to put everything together, which was going to have mountains and things over the top of it, which allows me to utilise the bandsaw a bit more in this project. And the mountains are just going to be freehand, and then I may do another. I don't know. I might make them all freehand and then just kind of get creative, see where they go. Or I may end up with doing a different sort of design where it's going to be the same after each one. But right now, I just don't know. Right. So we'll have our. I'm thinking about putting a dog paw on this one. I didn't do it on the last one, but I'm not finished with the last one yet, as we know. So let's see if we can get the perspectives on this right. Okay, so that's the face that I can see. So that's going to be snug up there. And from this point, actually I'm going to do, where on earth was that going? Because that line's not correct. I should never have started drawing this with pen, because I don't draw with pen. I never do. I don't know why I did today, but I can recover it. I'm positive of that. You can tell my scribbly drawings when I mess up. I tend to start scribbling, especially in pen, so that you don't really notice that it was me messing up. Yes, I'm better at making things than I am at drawing, but this is just to help me visualize what is going to be happening on this build. Obviously this is not quite right, but it gives me a basis, and that's why I started doing it on my phone, but that's where I'm at with my quick drawing, and it looks nothing like what I drew and had stylized on. I've made the back too big. Anyway, it's just for reference, because we all know I'm going to use that as my reference. This is just so when I start writing down sizes, I know how big. But I know one thing, it's not going to be wider than 10 inches, is it? No. So I think first things first, I'm going to cut my slats, which are going to be 10 inches by, let's say, 4 inch. Or could I actually get away with doing, where is it now? I had an offcut here somewhere. What did I do with my offcut? Am I going to have to go and get another board? Very possible. I do have my frame. I've got my boards for my frame here. I've also got my walking stick, which, by the way, is much cooler than Mole's, but it's not as cool as neat as. Why is it like I keep having brain fart moments? So it's cooler than Mole's walking stick, but it's not cooler than Kemp's walking stick because Kemp's got the coolest walking stick ever. And in fairness, I just found. I mean, look at that shape. Is that not just gorgeous? Got a few cracks that I'm going to epoxy, but between me and you, I was actually keeping it until Mo came up the road, and then I thought he could actually do something really interesting with it. So I've just gotten a bark off, and I thought when he was up here next, he could do some wizardry on it, and then I could go, look what I did, and I could take credit for it. What do you think? A good idea? I think it's a brilliant idea. Mainly because I came up with the idea. Who doesn't love an idea that they came up with? Right. So this is what I got for this project. But I'm thinking, which is never a good thing. Never a good thing. Because if I had two of these glued together, first things first, how wide is this dog going to be? So for 2 bowls for a dog, I'm thinking I've got 2 cat balls in there just now, so maybe about 18 inches would be, even 16 might be plenty, because we don't have the framework under this one that is going to be on the side. So 16 inches, and let me get the camera on, ready to cut some timber. And let's jump over to the saw if it's going to work. Oops. So far, no. What's going on there then? Let's go back over to that. Right. Let's see. What have I done wrong somewhere? So that's all plugged in, yes. It's all plugged in. Does it work this time? Aha, no it does not. Right, bear with me. And there we go. Kemp, hi! How are you? Well, do you know something? Lee McDoberman and Lee McDoran, that's the closest attempt I've had at someone saying a Gaelic name. So, well done, Kemp. That's not far wrong. But so the last name is McDoran. Think of the angry, the friendly Scottish that are called McDoran, which is a fictional name, which means son of the otter. So there's a little bit of Gaelic for you. And don't forget to hit the like if you're watching. It really helps the algorithm, apparently. I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually gotten onto the algorithm, but I keep hearing people say it, so I'm thinking, well, there must be something to it. Okay. I don't know why I was looking at the other camera, because I just realised that we're set up over here now. Whoop. I've got cables stuck. Yeah, I've got too many cables and not enough plugs. Oh. Can you see? Let me see. We'll tilt you down a wee bit. Check that out now. That's it. So, what did we say? We said 16 inches. I think I'm going to go for the two at 10 inches first, because they're the ones that are going to make the sides for this. So let's go for our 10 inch. So I'm wandering about here looking for a pencil. Bear with me. I'm almost there. Right, so 10 inches. Right. Now, I want to cut on the opposite side of the line, but just nicking it enough to make a decent 10 inch cut. And look at that. If I move my tape like that, then I go, it's perfect. I don't know how perfect she is. She's actually half of one of those little lines. I don't know what they are. I think they're eighths. Okay. Second. Yes, I'm being lazy. That should not surprise you. These are things that you should come to expect from my channel. Okay. Now, is that going to be enough for the side of one of these? I'm going to leave that over there for just now. I'm going to bring you back over. There we go. Look at that, it's like magic. So, I'm actually starting to think that either two of these together to make the side, but I'm not going to like how a grain pattern is running if I do that. So I'd have to edge them first to make sure that they were perfectly flat with no gaps. Or, yeah, I definitely have to glue two together to get the shape, because this first piece here is going to come back and I want it to kind of curve down, and that's going to make up the sides of the project. So the bits I'm talking about just now are, you see these pieces at the end here? Oh, let's see. See, now I've moved that light, you can kind of see it, but right. See those bits at the end? That's the bits I'm talking about. And then I'll have to do maybe two for the back. Right, so cut another two of these. Let's get down with plenty of this. Oh. Just about forgetting to take you with me. I actually prefer cutting the other way with. Prefer cutting on the other side. But until I set up, I'm going to make a kind of horse saw off the door here. So I'm going to have the door like that, and I'm going to have a flat here so that it can support the wood. Up here for thinking. Oh. She went straight through that knot. There we go. Right. So that's a 4. Now, length of this stuff here, £7 at a B&Q for one length. Now, that's not too bad. A wood's not the best, but I think it's half decent for your money anyway. Or you can spend a fortune on more expensive timbers. The thing that I'm very short on at the moment is getting exotic timbers, which is what I would very much like to be achieving. I give this a little sandy do. Yeah, do you know something? That pencil it's not actually been sharpened. So, yeah. So I'm trying to reply to people as well. So, right, let's get this sanded. Start making it look like something that you'd want to craft with. I'm actually wondering if I would be able to do a glue up just using the sander. No, see, it doesn't close that gap very well. On this side it does. Actually, no, not very well at all. I'll give it a little bit more of a sandy do and see where we go. Watch your fingers from my finger nipper 3000 here. Not my first time. I doubt it'll be the last. See, the thing about having wood that's not great quality is that you can make it look a lot nicer just by giving it a bit of time on a sander. But I've got a funny feeling I have to run this through the jointer yet. It's fine. If you're at home crafting today, let me know what you're crafting. When you look at that compared to how it was when I got it, you can actually start seeing that there is actually nice wood inside. It just takes that a little bit of time and effort to get it that last bit over the finish line. Just going to quickly check my comments. I've got no new comments. That's shocking. That's absolutely shocking. I blame Mo. That's my explanation for it. It's got to be his fault. Who was watching that? The young finger nipper nearly got me again. every time the belt stops, it's because I'm putting too much pressure on it. And I'm not letting the sandpaper do its job. See, the biggest problem I've got at the moment is I don't actually have anywhere with my jointer set up. Now, the wall on the left of the shed as you come in, I'm thinking is going to be going there because that's where I think it'd be best utilised. But I think I'm going to have to slide it out and use it on the floor. But I don't have a fence for it, so I'll have to make a fence. It's never just as easy as joining a couple of bits of wood, is it? Let's see. No. Oh, she's actually not too bad on that face, but it's not good enough for what I want. What grit is that? I think that's 60 grit. So, right, let's go on. And have a quick check of my chats. So anyway, saw the Bearded Vikings latest videos because I missed it last night. But aye, there was a right. I'm noticing that there's a wee bit of hoping it's not internet related. Let me know if it's lagging a bit because I've got a yellow symbol on the studio at the moment. Ah, that's how I get the chat up. Ah, found it. That's fine, because that means I can go back to that, like so. Um, let's find out if my daughter is if she's online playing games. Right, so I've just realised that I've actually I've been live for an hour already. That's mental. I always find that when I've got people watching, then time goes by really quick, especially when there's people chatting, and I've noticed that I get a lot more done. Just trying to fix the speed of the stream. I shall be back momentarily. Nope, it's not my daughter. Okay, let's find out what's causing this. Right, so anybody got any suggestions as to how to clean up the stream? Oh, wait, do you hear this? This is just a sound I love. Oh, that's great. What a sound. Okay, it says here the stream's current bit rate is higher than the recommended. We recommend that you use a stream bit. Okay, that's a great suggestion. How do I do that though? Stream current bit rate 6128. Right, so I'm guessing I'm going to have to come over to controls. I'm going to go into settings, stream, not output. Ah, right, let's try half that. I've no idea what it's going to do, but let's see. If you're watching and you're in the chat, feel free to say hello. Let me know how the stream looks for you. I am currently trying my best to make sure that you have the best stream possible. So I've put the bit rate down to 3000 kilobits per second. So let's see now. Right, well, it's saying excellent. So let's see how that goes. If that's going to clean things up. If you think for a minute that I could change something, let me know. I also got some more oak for doing some more coasters. You check that out. So I think that's gonna come in great. When you think, oh, you know, hoping that I can get this all to match up. So I've got that to do as well. I got 4 seconds to say the word. Entertaining. Do, 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 do. Right, so saying here at the bottom that I'm still running at 6200 kilobits per second on the stream. Maximum YouTube terms, maximum video bit rate. Okay, but how do I change that? Advanced options. Right, I believe that has changed some things. Oh, I think I've lost all my fellow otters. I think they've all disappeared, abandoned me for better things. But that's okay. Right. I'm taking a break from sanding. So that means... Oh, do you know what I just thought? What if I stamp my design into a necklace? I wonder how that'll look. Right, let's give it a go, shall we? Now, I've got a funny feeling you're going to want to be up close and personal for this. So let me just see if this stand... Oh, in fact, do you know what? I've got my kitty bench that I could do this on. Let's see how this is going to look. Ta-da! Right. Check that out. So, I got this off of TV. It's not the first one, I think it's actually the third that I've actually got to test. And I think I'm finally getting somewhere with them. But I've not tried this one yet. So, you'll be the first to see whether or not it works. Now, I don't know how hot you're supposed to make these things, but I really want this to work perfect first time. So, I'm just going to go to time with it. Right. I suppose it doesn't really matter which way I'm pointing, but let's try and get it to point the camera. Oh. Oh, that was so close. Yeah. It wasn't actually completely flat. So, there's no way I'm going to line that up to do a second go. But that came out really, really good. And I'm really happy with that. Let me just give the back. Right, I need something metal. That's not a problem. Where did you set these down? I've got an idea. Oh, okay, I'll do like that. Right, I'm gonna sand this a bit flatter for a second. Then when I come back over, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, hope it'll be a flatter surface. Hi, baby. It came out so good, by the way. Oh no, I forgot to push the start button.
Oh no.
Everyone's just sitting watching a blank screen. I'm sorry. I'm looking out for
Yeah.
a rollie soon.
So I was just
Oh, you mean now?
well, yeah, because I'm on my break from doing lobby.
You're doing a good job there, by the way.
Yeah.
I've got my cat Nala coming into the shed just now. But very much want to see how. I really hope this works, because if it does, I know how I'm going to be doing my maker coins. Because I'd very much like to get down to the Maker Fest at Birmingham. If not this year, well, that's what I was actually asking, was how hot does it have to be? No, I was actually asking that a minute ago, if anybody knew how hot you should try and make these things. But all I know is that once you've stamped down, you want to make sure
Ooh.
that it's all stamped.
That is hot.
Yes. Now, look at that. And I'm going to take you over to the sander for a second.
That is hot.
Which, don't worry, I will.
Make sure you turn on the camera soon.
So the camera's on now. Hey Nala.
Nala baby.
She's gonna run when I. In fact, I don't want to scare my cat, so. Now, what do you think of that? And I know I need to cut my nails. Once I get the. It's definitely on this side here. She kind of went in. That side, not so much. Everybody else wanting to see Nala. She's trying to get our attention. So, that is our beautiful lady right there. So yeah, as you can see, Nala's in a bit of a playful mood today. I need to be able to see the. Not sure that anyone's actually interested in my cat, but she's my wee baby. She's temperamental. And now we've got Fifi blocking my cat because she thinks it's her cat, but her cat's the horrible one, Misty. No, we don't have a horrible cat. Misty is gorgeous. But anyway, let's. Well, we don't have Nala content anymore.
No.
You moved forward and it became Fifi content.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oops. I didn't mean to take your focus away from now.
So back to the sun station you go, and back to scene one for the rest. So check that out. So this was less than £10 from Temu, and as much as it's not really shopping local, if I knew somewhere that could make small stamps like this, I would much rather buy local, but yeah. So I think I know how I'm going to do my maker coins. Right. What was I going to do? Because I was going to take a break. Which, well, I suppose that's what I'm doing anyway. Yes, see? So, how do I get more people keeping me company in the chat? What is the answer to that? What am I missing? I mean, I suppose I could try doing it not in my pajamas, but nah. Where would be the fun in that?
I'm back.
Hi.
Yeah, so you can see that there was a pencil like literally on your arm, and you were like, I'm looking for a pencil.
Yeah, I did.
What?
It's obviously it doesn't matter.
I could have been saying something else, Vicky.
I know.
I need to crack my back.
Oh, I certainly won't be able to crack your back.
No, I know.
That is my drawing of. Well,
It looks so good.
it really doesn't.
It does.
I was like,
It looks really good.
Hey Nala. So now I've got Nala coming on my back. Let's see if I can get Nala into the shot. Oh.
Careful.
Nala.
She gets scared of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's off. Or she's just going to sit at A and go do she. That's where all the flies are.
Yeah. The flies are becoming a problem this year.
And all the bees. And the wasps.
I am actually really impressed with how that's come out, because
it looks so good.
I mean, obviously I need to sand it
to
get rid of all the extra.
No, but it looks so good. To think
Lee
you got
McDoran
from
Wooden Crafts, less than a tenner
I was
from.
going to say, it's pretty good considering you got it from Timu.
Yeah. But then when you compare that against some of the other things, you know, it's like there's some amazing things to be found on Timu, but at the same time, there's a few things that I think could be better.
Come on,
Na 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 la, na 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 la. It's okay, you can say arse, you can say boob, you can say whatever you want. Because this is not a channel for under. I mean, it's an adult channel. So that is the intention, is for it to be. There's Nala. Where are you, Nala? Nala, 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 Nala.
What's mommy doing?
Come on, push, push. Want to see everybody.
She's seeing what my hand is doing. She's like, should I go or not?
So I think what I'm going to make, I'm going to actually make a stand that I can just slide these into. The idea being is that when they're hot, I can just hang them up or stand them up away from, you know, the risk of burning anything that's not supposed to be burning.
Yeah.
Because they do stay hot for a good bit.
And you don't want that, especially when you want wood and stuff.
I definitely don't want that. So I can't wait to start work on my my lathe.
Yes.
I'm going to be making a custom DIY lathe. I've got the motor, I've got the chuck, I've got the toolbar, I've got the stock, Got everything I need, including some angle iron and some square bar. I just haven't decided how to make the mechanism for the toolbar yet to slide freely. Nala's in a playful mood, if you can see her.
Where is it?
She is right about there. I see her.
Where is it, Nala?
I don't know if I can get you any closer to see her.
Nala, baby.
Let's see.
Nala.
If I move my fat arse.
You beautiful girl.
You coming, Nala? Nala, 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 Nala. You're a beautiful cat. So Nala's a ginger one. If the grey one makes an appearance, that's Misty. We originally thought Misty was a Mrs.
Yes,
but now it's a Mr. Missy Mister Misty. And then we've got
Misty's
Oben.
Oben?
Oben? Why? Oh my god, that was my last dog that passed away.
Otis.
Then we have Otis.
No, Misty's currently in our bed. Because Mummy is cleaning the lobby.
Mummy is sitting on the floor.
At the moment, I'm having a break.
Yeah, but there's but you could have sat
I don't mind.
Anywhere.
I like sitting on the floor, you know I do.
I know, but there's sometimes sharp things on the floor.
I know. The only thing that's bothering me is this cellar. What you see in
It's that massive spider on your arm.
What? Where?
Could have been.
At least I wouldn't be screaming like someone.
I would have been screaming. I would have been pouring petrol and running out of the place.
Yeah, Lee is very scared of spiders.
Lee's very scared of spiders.
Can I get later, please?
Of course you can.
So I don't have to move. Thank you.
So I've got a box on my way down here, which I need to be able to move.
I just felt a spunt in my bum.
Yeah, that's why I don't want you sitting on the floor, because there's a lot of very sharp things. Yeah, but not sitting on it would be a good start. I'm more worried about.
And she's off.
Yep.
I'm good.
And that's Nalawi, so I can at least get back to the planned. Nala would never bother my plans, nor would my amazing partner.
Nope.
Because I don't have plans. I just have. I hope I have enough time to do it all.
Love you.
There's Nala again.
She's just intrigued.
It's just in here hogging all the spotlight. That's what it's about. I need to get. Let's go back over here. If I move that, there we go. Have I no way of getting the studio space into OBS? That would be super helpful. It's still saying that my kilobit's a bit high. Oh no, never mind, it's updated now. My stream health is excellent.
Woo!
Could I get my... Thank you.
Because if we don't work out, that's Fifi's break over. I need to go back into the lobby. Kelsey's taken all of Otis's wet food and he did.
For what?
She's got dogs at home. I said, there's no point
Oh.
wet food because Otis is not having it anymore. I was just going to chuck it on Highland Freebies anyway and just wait to sell a lot of it.
Yeah, but he'll still go back to.
No, we're going to keep him in dry food because it's better for his stomach.
Yeah, that is correct, but he still wants some wet food now and again.
I'll keep it in and pasting.
I mean, if you'd like, I mean, you could change over to dry food for the rest of your life and never try anything sugary or sweet. Oh God, both our waistlines were perfect. Also, if anybody would like one of my new stickers, I only have 100 of these, and I'm going to change them again. So these are technically limited edition stickers. You'd be welcome to have one. It'll only cost me a stamp, so I don't mind sending you out a sticker if you would like to have one for your shed or for your, I don't know, for anything, I suppose.
I'm going back in.
Thank you for coming out.
You're welcome.
I love you too, baby. So I'm gonna go back over to sanding now. I do find it funny that she came out for my teacup, but she didn't actually take my teacup. Let me fix that problem.
I am
Listen.
so...
Love you, baby. I also think I've got some wasps or something nesting behind the shed here, so I need to find out what that is. I'm trying my best to keep myself busy because my health isn't great this week. I keep thinking if I just put a little bit more time into my woodwork, then there's my less time to worry about the problems. go. Starting to come together nicely now. Once again, if you're watching, feel free to say hi. Let me know what you're working on. Anything interesting? I'm not really happy about that, but I'll make sure it's one of the bits that I'm going to cut off. Find if I keep the door open, the dust kind of goes away on its own. But when the door's closed, it's very dusty in here. That's my fresh cup of tea arrived. Thank you, baby. Ow! Yes, that would be a finger nipper. That's like number 10,000. I don't know how many times I've nipped my finger now. we go. Number 3. And this one was pretty much already done. No, we're going to do another sand in this face. I always turn it around. I'm trying to keep it as flat as possible. So I do have a jointer and thicknesser, an old one that's sitting down there, but it's very heavy and it's trying to set it up would only be worthwhile if I was doing a lot of joining. So I had a few glue ups to do, then I would have that set up, and this would become irrelevant because it'll take it down to the thickness I want, and I can adjust it so it's just ever so slightly taking a bit off the top. Right, so that's 4 pieces there. Now, this belt here, the motor at the bottom can be adjusted, and at the moment I think it's a little bit too slack, so the belt's not actually fully gripping the drive belt. But I will fix that problem at a later date. Let's set that now for now. Do I want 120 or do I want 240? I think 240 would be a bit better for what I'm going for. Quality of wood normally falls down to whether or not it's been finished very well, and well, the finishing is all in the sanding, so as long as you've got a nice grain pattern or not got many defects in the wood, then most things can be improved upon. Let me quickly check. Okay. Whoops. See what I mean? What jammed up there? I think we need to move this belt over a bit. And we're going to slacken that off. There we go. Moving a bit too close to that edge. Oh, she's feeling nice. I do like 240. 240 grip. It's a lovely finish on the wood. Nice. Okay. So we're finally getting down to a nice finish. This bit here is going to be a bit of an issue, so I'll try and get that to be a part of the cutout. But let's try and get it as smooth as possible first.
better. So it's fine. And of course, it's not about perfect measurements. It's about making something that we're happy with. So if I need to sand off more on one side than the other, that's just what I've got to do. Okay. Number 2. Oh, let me get you back one there. The only problem with this camera is that it turns off every now and then. I think it's because it's not recording, so it thinks that it's been left on and forgot about. I don't know. Could be another reason. My friend Jason from up the road, he did have a thing that sort of helped make it better, but for some reason it still does it every now and again, which is frustrating. It's got something to do with the live view, I think. It's coming along nicely now. Very, very smooth. Just going to help on the next stage. One more. So, my next stage is going to be sharpening my, I think I've got a number 4 Stanley, which I would like to use to get the faces close as possible. And if I fail there, I will obviously have to use the jointer, where I can ask my lovely assistant to help out. But we're going to try doing it with the try doing it with the cleaner, so the hand clean.
the goal is to eventually be able to make some things that I can take to the car boot sale or somewhere I like. I don't know. Right, I'll bring you back over to my resting stop now. Okay. So we have that. Now my plane that I have, I'm trying to work out which one's going to be best because I have a number 7 and a number 5 is way too big. I think I'll go for my number 4. F. Now the only reason I'm planning this is because I also got something else from there is from Temu, and do you know something? It doesn't even fit. The whole point of getting it, but I didn't check the dimensions, which means it won't work. So the alternative is we make one. Who is game to make something to help me sharpen the edge? Yeah, she's cooled down now. Really happy with that. Okay, so we've got to make something to store my I've got to make something to store the problem. My daughter replied asking because I wanted to find out if it was possible because there was too much activity online, but it wasn't. Right, so there we go. So let's get that set off, and oh, that's tight. Right, I need a flight. I'm hearing a buzzing about the shed, which I'm really hoping isn't a wasp. I could handle a bumblebee; they're fine. But when it comes to a wasp, oh, to get too far out. When it comes to a wasp, I'm just like, nah, no, thank you. There we go. Right, so we have 2 edges. This one here, which is more of a that way. This one will need to go that way, but the main thing is to get this angle. Oh, just about caught myself. Still a bit sharper, but I know it's not sharper. It's sharp enough to face the plan. So, right, let's check our trusty YouTube for a jig. So I need a simple jig for sharpening my planer blade. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, this one looks simple, and it's by TM Woodcrafts. Let's see, how does this work now? Okay, so he knows what angle that his blade's supposed to be. He's setting up his table saw to cut that edge. Okay, let's see, how does this work once he has it? So he's got his two blades in there, which, oh, it just looks awful bonny. Right. Okay, I think I understand what he's thinking. So, TM Woodcrafts, that is a really good idea. Doesn't work for me because you've got two blades, but the principle, quite simple, like that, deserves a follow. So that was TM Woodcrafts that I was watching there. Right, so let's see how hand plane. Right, see if I get a better idea of what we're going to do here. No. Woodcraft supply, that would work fine if I had that jig, but I don't. Okay, that's quite, looks simple enough, but I think that this is somebody that has an awful lot of skill when it comes to sharpening, because he's doing it freehand, and that's John McGrath Manonshed. Let's see, and I'll let him know that I'm trying this for sure. I mean, the edge he's got on his plane there is just beautiful. So, right, let me shut that down because that's not going to help me right this second. Let me get my. Do you know something? I've actually no idea where my sharpeners, my can't seem to find anything at the moment. I don't need spanners at the moment. Aha, I moved that one box, and lo and behold, look what I find. Okay, so we have 8,000 grit, 3,000 grit, which we do not need at the moment. And then we have 400, which is where we're going to start. We're going to start at 400 and we're going to work our way up until we are happy. There we go. So that can sit there now. And I've got my water. Now, I've always had a habit of spraying the water on because it seems to make less of a mess. I mean, it's going to take a while to soak up, but I keep wetting the stone until the water sits on the surface. once it's sitting on the surface and it's no longer absorbing into the stone, that is when I know that I'm ready to go. I'm actually planning to get a bucket, not a bucket, we're kind of a tub filled with water that I can just drop these into before I use it. Okay, I've got some water starting to build up. Now, let's see. At some point I'm going to have to do the back of this, so let me just start off with polishing the back of that, and get some more water on. Okay, happy with that. Now to get this blade, now I am by far no expert in sharpening. That's why I bought a jig, but the jig's not big enough for this. Oh, came too far there. Get myself a bit of tissue just to help with the process. Okay, you see where the other bevels have not quite, or whoever sharpened it before, because I've not sharpened this one myself. First time I've attempted it. So, angles starting to come back to, let's say, a constant shape. Just trying to work out how to hold it. Yeah, so I think I've got the best way here so far, which I'm going to try and pour a little bit more water on this. There we go. Just because I've not soaked these stones first, so if you're watching, let me know what you're up to. Have I encouraged you to get out into your shed, or have I encouraged you to go to your craft room and start some epoxy resin, or I don't know, maybe some sublimation, t-shirt printing, cup making. Let me know what you're up to. Okay, now let me see, have I got one consistent edge? No, something that's not far off. I've got a bit of a burr starting on the back edge, which is what we thought would be the next case. So, I mean, what is the angle that we're sitting at? Wonder. No, wrong way. So, according to this, if I'm doing this right, it's about a 65-degree angle. But I have no idea, because I'm rubbish at using anything. Okay, so let's get back to I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this, I'm just kind of letting it do its own thing. So I know if I start pushing down, I'll probably just take grooves out of it. And the idea is to make sure that it doesn't get hot as you're sharpening, because if it's getting hot, then you're affecting the temper of the blade. Oh, that's getting so close. Oh, this is going to cut beautifully when it's finished. Well, I say that, but we're probably going to notice something completely different, which is it not cutting. Amazing. But I'm trying. See how the bottle makes things a little bit easier once the stone is wet. Now, my partner's got a corrupted mind, so if she was out here now, she'd be giggling every time I said that. It's what we love about our other halves. Okay, same angle. A wee bit more I would suggest. That's a better way of holding it. Doesn't hurt my hand as much. You'll notice this paste that starts to be made once you're actually getting really, if you're flat enough and you're getting an even, consistent, so I don't know what you would call it, sharpening. I've still got to take off a good bit more to get rid of the previous mistakes, but check out how that's looking now. I wish I'd shown you before I started, because it had about 3 different faces on it, and none of them looked machined or of any significant kind of benefit to me. So anywho, let's carry on. So find my edge, and away we go again. Once I've got the shed set up the best sort of way possible, I will hopefully then have my I'll hopefully have the thicknesser set up, and I'm wanting to do that on that wall there, somewhere out of the way. That makes it usable. I'll get a bit more water on because I've still got a little bit of an edge from the last time it was sharpened. So this is effectively the first time that I've ever actually tried to properly sharpen a planer, and I'm kind of just winging it at this point. Okay, let's see. I'm really hoping that that's finally giving me. Oh, there's just ever so slightly. There's. I don't even know if you'll see it because it's that small now. Right on the very edge. I don't know if you can see that, but there's another edge. Man, it's just a little bit niggly. I'm trying to find a way that you might be able to see it. Hey. Oh. Snacky. Thank you, baby.
Make sure you eat it,
I will.
because I'm noticing you haven't eaten your milk versions and you still haven't stuff over there.
I know.
Take it out here and make sure you're getting enough energy to be doing these lives.
I know. I love you.
I love you too. Are you okay with it?
Sorry?
Are you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to cool down a bit. I'll have it with my wrap.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, let's see how she's looking. I mean, she's starting to get sharp. And I'm not even taking the burr off the back yet. But let me take the burr off the back, see if that helps. Because that's the face I'm trying to get rid of. Might just be part of the back still. If you know what I mean. Okay. I mean, she's just about, yeah, not quite sharp enough. Was this in like 400 anyway? I'm just trying to see how sharp she's getting. Well, sharp enough to take edges off. Quite clean actually. So I think that if I keep going until I've got that tiny bit of burr at the end there off, so I'll try and work out if that's a very small chip. Because if it is, I've got a lot more to do. I also have another. I've got some. I have some diamond coated ones as well. What is for lunch today? Today we are having a chicken salad wrap. Nice. Mm. Good. Mm. I'm going to have to go. Thank you very much for joining my live. But my mum's just popped in to see us, so I will see you in the next one.
We have a surprise visitor.
I know.
You know? You knew they were coming?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.